Hey folks, welcome to the town carnival. Madison tropical gear, Nate's not pleased, and they're at it again. Seeing her chance are down in the dumps, Maddie snorts some flour and goes full weirdo, knocking over Nate's booth and calling his mom a party girl. That's it. Nate hits his limit and drags Maddie to a secluded corner, choking her out without a care in the world for her feelings. Nate is such a loser. When he brings up the 6 birds photos on his phone, Maddie suddenly freaks out about her orientation getting. Maddie vows to keep the whole thing quiet, and they make up as a result. What a charming plot. Little did they know, Maddie's neck had a nice choke mark souvenir, so she slathers on concealer to hide it. Poor Maddie shows up at school wrapped like a burrito. Kate thinks she's about to blow up the place, and to top it off, she's just done some flyer party while her immunity takes a nosedive and she passes out in class. The teacher rushes to call medical assistance to truck her off. The principal wants a word, expressing deep concern about her neck bruise, and Maddie's sweating a bit. But he gets cold feet. Nate's mom wants to sue, but Maddie says nah. Even after the domestic drama, Maddie doesn't want Nate in hot water. What a rare gem of a girlfriend. Nate's dad gets called in too, and the small stuff just escalates. Things heat up with everyone gathering, a showcase of talent derailed by family chaos. Parents assemble a gathering, and the entire school eagerly purchases a ticket to witness this magnificent drama. Everyone is busy complaining with no end in sight, like how did you turn my life into this mess? The family gathering's tension sizzles, discussions turn into arguments, even the cheese platter is about to implode. Meanwhile, Nate's dad, feeling the pain, rushes to the motel for a chat with his mistress, just some family gossip, right? Nate, however, thinks about enlisting Jules for some photo ops, pulling his little tricks. Then he hits up Eternal Dude, asking him to play the scapegoat. It's black and white justice. Eternal Dude, with no options, has to confess, and Jules is there to back him up. What a pal. The next day, he voluntarily goes to the station. What a good kid. Jules witnesses his and his girlfriend's happy time. But then disaster strikes. No one saw all these cops coming in to tackle him. A wild wave arrives. Casey on the side, feeling annoyed, already dressed to talk about a major buzzkill. But of course, McKay wants to keep the party going, even if Casey is not fully on board. But surprise, surprise, McKay's a loser. And it's all tied back to dad issues. Daddy is the dreamboat, has the latest swooning at first sight. It's outrageous. Meanwhile, Mom grumbles privately, feeling low. Dad gifts him roller skates. Sweet. The goal? To raise a pro figure skater, but alas reality bites with poverty. Ouch. The skating dream shatters, puberty brings closeness with Mom, and the body starts to change. What a riot. Family gatherings turn hostile, relatives' attitude shift, and Dad's money woes deepen sad times. Mom grows more indulgent, while Dad complains about her causing drama. Divorce seems inevitable. Dad's visits once a week dwindle to once every few months, until tragedy strikes one night. The doc says Dad might never walk again, but Casey clings to hope, visiting him in the hospital. After being discharged, he hears nothing for a long time until one night after his 15th birthday he gets a text from an unknown number. Dad asks him to open the garage. Casey is shocked at how unfamiliar he feels and hesitates to hug him. Dad says best we don't stay in touch. Casey bursts into tears, and that's the last he ever sees of him. Casey, wanting company, dates a few guys, but they all want to snap selfies with her. Even though she declines every time, they still end up pulling her heartstrings. What a twist. After breaking up, they leak her videos. At first, Casey thinks about ending it all, but then she remembers who doesn't have a few skeletons. It wasn't until a lively party held early in the year that Casey happens to meet her new boyfriend McKay, and surprisingly enough, she unexpectedly ends up pregnant. She breaks the news to McKay, and he goes weak in the knees at the thought of raising a kid. What a loser. She realizes this man doesn't truly love her, while Maddie finds a CD hidden in a book. She quietly slips the CD into her bag and makes her way out, only to be halted by Nate's dad, who specifically imparts breakup advice to her. He says anyone you hang out with will eventually drive you crazy because of their fights. But Mad is all like, your entire family is such a hot mess, I'm definitely out of here, for good. Meanwhile, Nate sits glumly. Dad is disappointed in his football skills today. Surprisingly, Nate stands up to confront him, and things get intense. Great idea, but please cut this boring and meaningless nonsense out. Are we actually playing a game over here? Nope, not in the slightest. This is absolutely not a game. Please stop already.